It is believed that the practice of using fabric symbols for group identification began in China. 2,600 years ago, Sun Tzu wrote in The Art of War that there is chaos and battle, and flags with fixed symbols helped during this time. At least 2,000 years before Sun Tzu, symbols tied to poles were used for identification in Egypt and Persia. However, according to flag expert Dr. Whitney Smith, the beginning of proper flags on silk fabric originated in China. From China, this practice reached the Arabs, and then during the Crusades, Western armies adopted it from the Arabs, spreading the use of flags to the West. Although many types of flags were used in China for naval and military purposes, they were not used to represent China as a nation. This practice came to China from the West in the 19th century, when Europeans arrived with their national flags. Chinese Emperor Tongji first used a flag for the Chinese Navy in 1863. It was triangular and yellow with a blue dragon on it. Later it was made rectangular. China gained independence on October 1st, 1949. The new country needed a new flag. A competition was held in which thousands of designs were submitted. Communist Party member Zeng Liansong's design was chosen. He was looking to sky at night when an ancient Chinese saying came to mind. Wishing upon stars is an expression of human inner longing. His idea was that the Communist Party is the savior of the country, symbolized by a large star. Around it, 4 stars represent Mao Zedong's 4 classes: scholars, farmers, artisans, and merchants. Relations between China and Russia were facing difficulties, so this flag had to be kept distinct from Russia. The hammer and sickle were removed from it. The party approved the final design. The red color represents communism. The 5 points of stars come from ancient Chinese philosophy, which speaks of 5 elements in every system: 5 virtues, 5 rulers, 5 states. Another interpretation is of nationalities. The large star represents the dominant Han Chinese, while the remaining stars represent Mongols, Manchus, Tibetans, and Hui. However, this interpretation is rarely used today due to sensitivity. Today in China, provinces are forbidden to make their own flags. Separatist movements exist in several regions. The Uyghur region has a movement for East Turkestan with its own flag, light blue with a crescent and star. In Tibet, keeping a Tibetan flag is a serious crime. Although separatists continue to use this flag, China's grip is tightening. China believes local cultures will fade in coming decades. China's flag reached the moon on December 15, 2003. With the growing power of China's navy, it has become more visible across the world seas. The flag is found around the world, including places like Congo, Angola, and Guatemala. It is a sign of China's growing global influence over the past half-century. When there was a civil war between communist and nationalist forces in 1949, the nationalist forces were confined to an island, Taiwan, which has its own flag and identity. Taiwan's official name is the Republic of China, and it officially claims all of China. But Beijing calls Taiwan its province that is acting independent. Taiwan's flag is called Blue Sky, White Sun, and Holy Red Earth. China is powerful, so few countries recognize Taiwan. In global forums or sports, Taiwan is not allowed to display its flag. The acceptable solution is to use the identity of Chinese Taipei, an ambiguous term acceptable to both parties.